And we're hot. We're live. For those people watching later, this is a little boring. For those people that are watching during, a whole lot more fun. Tonight, I found something. Can you guys see it? I thought it was just a little chip here, but no. If you're putting together a nice saw, you really need a new case half. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer to finish this project and get a new case half. Hey, Brandon. So, hey, Bob. Bob, you don't happen to have a spare 359 flywheel side case half, do you? It might be fine for a while. Hey, Mike. And no, I'm not sending this for powder coating, Mike. No. Doesn't need it. Not worth it. At least not on this one. I know, you have a whole saw. I know Sean can fix it, but it's not worth the shipping back and forth and doing it. That's the problem. I could probably get one for $30 shipped. So it's not worth to ship it out to him, have him, strike an arc. Really, what needs to happen is I need a TIG welder. It's not a matter of cheap. It's just a matter of worth it. I can get a perfectly fine case half for probably $30 shipped, It's not a matter of being cheap. 2 boxes here. So let's take some boxes apart and see what we got. Squidman. Haven't seen you around. Welcome. Oh, you know what? I forgot to bring up my other phone here. Hang on. Maybe I can see comments. The missus. Mister. Maybe I caught the tail end. No, this is... Parts are small enough for you to have your own powder. No. Mike Batto is the guy who just commented above you. Is the powder guy. Some parts are absolutely worth it to powder. Some are not. Depends on the build. It's good, man. Been a sub for a while. Just don't chime in. Oh, well, welcome. Please chime in. We'll check this out. So I ordered a bunch of stuff for this 359, and one of these, how you like that? This is a 455 Rancher clutch cover. So these are not cheap. Usually about $50 at least, maybe $60 for these. I think I got it for a little bit less, but these are not cheap. But these have the external adjuster. And these make a whole heap of difference on either a 350, a 359, any of that class of saw that doesn't have the external adjuster, because you end up having the adjuster in here, which you have to turn. It's a pain. Just don't even bother. Just get these covers. It's a whole lot easier. They fit right in. All you got to do is pull out the existing adjuster. Yeah, I got a deal on this one. $46.69 shipped. It's not bad. Yeah, there's no point in using the 350 covers. They're just such a pain. They're a little less expensive. If you have to buy fresh and new, they're a little less expensive, but okay, that was from some random guy on eBay. This box is not randomness. It's not from somebody random. This is from Barry Schoenbeck. His name right or wrong, whatever. This is from Barry, up in New Hampshire. This was on eBay. Oh yeah. So there's a clutch cover. Hey Larry, how you feeling? Ken's here and James here. Good. So yeah, not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but really nice. Which is just fine. That's just what I'm looking for. Very nice cover. So this will fit on a reasonably nice saw. Plastics aren't going to quite match, but it'll be much closer, much closer. Hey, everyone. To both the Mr. and the Mrs. from Pate's Performance, welcome. So that's from those two boxes. Now the expensive box here is HL Supply. So where am I going to put these? Put these over here. Because I got all kinds of goodies in here. Good thing Junkyard paid me for that $288 because I would be now broke otherwise because of all this stuff. Lordy B. Okay. We got all kinds of good stuff. You know, it's unfortunate that this stupid, just to show everybody again, I just saw this tonight. I went to clean this up and I was hoping to put bearings in these things tonight, but what do you guys think, huh? It's a crack. Oh, it looks like a rose box. It's a crack. I thought it was just a chip out of here, but no, that's a good crack, and that's going to keep going. You know, so yeah, that is good news. Wednesday sounds good. Tuesday will be better. Monday will be even better than that. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Toss the case half? I think so. But not necessarily toss it, but not use it for this project. Oh yes, expensive stuff. This is always the nice one to open. I love this packing material. It really works well for tools. Save way too much packing material, but this is the stuff here. Look at this. There you go. So this is small mount. So 359 is actually small mount Husky. So had to get you have to get a Suji for this. This is going to need it. And what's powering the whole chute is even more important. So 359, the heads run fine. But if you want the best, then you have to have a 357 cylinder head, preferably an OEM one. So this is OEM, and of interest, they did not pack the pin in here. Now, who made this head? It says made in Germany. Darn nice piston, if you ask me. Is this MAL or is this KS? MAL. And where's... Oh, good. It was rattling around. Did it break anything? No. So let's look at this head. Yeah, it's an OEM head. Something you just don't mess around with much. A little bit of casting flash right there. But not enough to really matter. So the difference is this is a true quad port, closed port. So the ports, the lowers are here, the uppers are there, and there's cylinder wall here. Hey Jason. Hey Marshall. Didn't miss much. Here's the difference. This is the 359 jug, and this is like pseudo closed port. Sort of open, sort of closed. There's not a whole lot wrong with this other than it needs to be cleaned up. So I figured, tonight maybe we try to clean that up. You guys can't see in there too good. Got transfer on there. But I figured, put a nice fresh jug on this. You'll really have some good juice. Give it the juice. We've got a fresh new bearing, and they sent us 2 sets of clips for some reason. I don't know. But that head looks fine. Put that aside for the moment. What else do we get for this thing? Another piece that's not cheap. Brand new OEM top cover. Very nice. What else did I get? Oh, goodies. 394 goodies. Just in case. Just in case. A new 394 coil. Have to have a new OEM 394 coil every now and again. Just makes me feel better about things. This is a piston pin bearing for this, and this is aftermarket, and I throw those away. Looks like a 359 muffler support, just in case. 359 filter. And a muffler shield. So we'll put all that in the 359 box. So, some of the pricier stuff. And some of the rest of the list is actually coming from Brian Plust in Vermont. So Brian is hooking me up. Kind of he owes me one and I owe one, and then it just keeps going back and forth like that. Okay. Questions? How are we doing? I forgot to bring up. Sorry. Jason, if you got a saw that needs work, you know that I'm here, right? Every day is Christmas around here, Squid Man. That's why I'm broke. Yeah, see? Marshall knows. Gotta stay broke, I'm kidding. I'm not broke. I'm good. So my number one rule, I'm just playing with the broke. Number one rule now, just so everybody knows, don't do business with people that publicly profess to be broke. Very important. And that's why you... Good. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate that. So it's okay. This project will be fine. I'll get it. We're going to get this running. It's going to be good. All right. I have to bring myself up. That way I can see comments. Whoa. Okay. Just rebuilt the Husky 346 XP. It's a great project. But man, the the dollars go up. 24 people watching. Holy smokes. Didn't realize. Might try to fix it Matty Olson style. Do it live. Yeah, do it live. If you want to embarrass yourself, go for it. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. And I'm right here. We're gonna do this one of these days, man. Okay, so hey, well, so we got to clean this up. Yeah, do I have to? No, I don't. I don't have to. But you know, I want to, because if I want to sell this, it better be reasonable, nice. You know, and it's not going to be. I'm probably not going to sell it for much. But if I can clean up the transfer, we'll have a little bit of value. You know, Jason, I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this. I've been doing this YouTube stuff for a long time, and I've been doing the Saw stuff for long enough that I literally am on the forums like almost every hour of every day, for years, and reading and learning and all that stuff. So a lot of the knowledge that I have is based on that. But you get every project, man. You get taught something. It's not like I'm just turning a wrench and, you know, making something up, you know. You always learn the hard way for some reason. No hoarding and hiding. Mrs. here. There's only one man. That's true. That's true. You know what drives me nuts, among other things? I hate that feeling, that sensation like I'm just an ant. You walk into the mall, and suddenly you have that feeling that you're an ant, just like everybody else. I can't stand that. Just drives me berserk. So I'm fine with, like, being the chainsaw dentist because it's fairly unique. Now, my father, of course, also happens to be a dentist, and he's done chainsaw stuff for a lot longer than I have. Pretty much since its inception, really. At least since the inception of a homeowner saw, which was probably back in the 70s, you know. Well, this is it right here. This is the 357, 359 build. This is what I'm doing. Will, do you know anybody that TIG welds locally? That can do magnesium? I tell you what, just hitting this with the Scotch-Brite here makes a world of difference. Matt, you're not an expert for sure. No, I'm not an expert. I am peanuts compared to a lot of guys. That's for sure. Larry, am I getting any snow? There's no snow outside right now. I was just out. It was actually kind of warm feeling. And it was chilly all day. Look at me, Matt. Teacher, administrator, small engine enthusiast on the side. You don't want to be an ant either. Yeah, you can't. It's that sensation of you're just like everybody else. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I tell you, I hate being useless. It drives me berserk. That sensation that I'm just not any help and I'm friggin' useless. Don't like it at all. Not one bit. Oh, you know what I wanted to try? I got it here. Yeah. Marshall, he gets hard to find parts, opens box each other. They're not for sale. Keep. Yeah, I know, Larry. It's this terrible feeling. It's a terrible feeling. The feeling of being injured. You know, you're injured in some way, and there's just not a darn thing you can do about it. Ah, here we go. This, that, blah, 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 blah. It is. Yep. It's depressing. Larry's got to get home and work on a 372. That's what we got to get him home, guys. Junkyard. Oh, I bet you're waiting with bated breath for that saw. Can I cut it down the middle? I can. Okay. This is regular, like, plumbing emery cloth, which is what, incidentally, is what Mastermind used in his initial video on how to clean up transfer. It was emery cloth. And I ran out. So just, I think it was yesterday, just before I shipped Junkyard saw, I went out and got some emery cloth. I need a battery. I'm digging it. Let's look at the wear on there. Not too bad. I'll pull a little bit off. Tomorrow, Dad's coming home cleaning his mess. Well, go Home Depot. You know, I was at Lowe's the other day looking at the boxes. I really think I like the Harbor Freight boxes better. It's actually working right nice. usually peel just a little bit off the end. I'm going to crank up the speed just a little bit. Darn nice. Well, if you haven't checked out the Harbor Freight boxes, I highly suggest you do so. And if you like the Home Depot ones better, let me know, because I'm definitely in the market. But I looked at the ones at Lowe's, and even though they were a little bit less expensive than the Harbor Freight, they were just pretty flimsy compared to the Harbor Freight stuff. What kind of gasket maker do you use for the Husqvarna 350? It depends on where you want to where you're working. So if you want to seal the riser block to the crankcase itself, which is plastic, then you want to use 3Bonds 1184 works, or Durco, or we'll use MotoSeal. Any of that stuff works fine. This is actually a drywall screw, a 3-inch drywall screw with a slit in it. So yeah, custom made. Jonathan, it's for sale. if I can get this cleaned up. Whoa. Too much. Hey, bye-bye. It's darn close tonight. Below the exhaust is darn good. Above the exhaust is a bit of a different ball game, but let's look with a light. Just real minor stuff left. We'll get there. Hey Tim, how you feeling? Everything good? Not too bad. Right there, you can see just a little bit extra above the exhaust. This is really not bad below the exhaust, but above the exhaust, just a little bit. It really is pretty darn good with just this. But Larry, I'll get the hone. Hang on. Here. Let me hit it with the 220 now. See ya, Marshall. Thanks for coming. So, Jonathan, you want it? It's pretty good. Not perfect, but it's pretty good. We'll call that pretty good. I know. Jonathan has to have perfect. I understand. Well, this one's going to be expensive. Let's put it like this. This is the part saw alone was 150 bucks. The new head is 130, $140 somewhere in there. New top cover, new clutch cover, new starter cover, a whole pile of favors called in for a whole pile of other parts. I don't know about the carburetor yet, etc. How long have I been rebuilding chainsaws? A while. I started basically like a lot of guys after Superstorm Sandy. So 2012, 2013, somewhere in there, I bought basically I think it was 2013. I bought my first chainsaw because I had some trees next door. You need another head? Okay. For you, Jonathan, it's cheap. Larry, you have a good carb. Great, thank you. I may or may not need it. So, just so you know, everybody and their brother is looking for a 359 project. One of the reasons I haven't done one is not because I don't like it or didn't think to do one. It was because they're so doggone expensive. Larry, let's get you healthy first, okay? You know, we're gonna think about that. There's some Scotch-Brite here. But before I do that, I gotta use it at home, like Larry suggested. See, I might have a 199 carb sitting around. I might. I know, right now everybody's like freaking out because I don't have any oil in here. Hang on. See, I still think there's a little bit more to do. There's just a little bit. The thing about the hone is it kind of shows you, like, oh, there's just a little more to do in one particular spot, whatever. So yeah, well, I will offer you best of luck finding a project, the 359 project. They are not an easy saw to find, and if you do, you're going to pay a pile of gold for them, and it just, then you're going to spend a pile of gold getting them back running. Everybody and their brother is looking for one of these. See, I have a hard time differentiating high and low rub spots, you know. See, there you go. Yeah, I do the fingernail test, but differentiating between high and low is hard because it catches one way or another. That's an awful lot of work for something that I'm probably going to get rid of anyway, right? Was it not? Digital bore gauge to look for low spots. Feels like there's low spots. I don't think those are highs at this point. keep going with the emery cloth just for another minute or so. But spray paint this spot, and then you see the low spot. Yeah, it's not bad. That's an interesting idea. How about a magic marker? Would that work? Sure would. Let's see. Let's see. Keep running out of magic markers, though. Blue would be best. Yeah, I know. I only got black. Matt. Stay-at-home life sucks, but getting me, yeah, good. 084. Brett, you got an 084? I've never built one. Yep, they're low spots, not high spots. Matt, with your I know I'm shooting myself in the foot, right, Tim? Don't pay too much for used saws. Here I go, paying too much for used saws. Okay. It's all for you guys, though, you know? Just put a 272 jug on my 266. Cool. See the low spot? That won't be a hoot or nothing. Won't mean anything. Jonathan, you want it? I'll put some Scotch Brite in it and call it a day. What do you think? If you want to clean it up any more than that, you go crazy. Any chance I can entice you to get a case half? He'll take it. Good. Sold. Cheap. Yeah, I think you could do more to it, but I don't think much more would be helpful. I mean, it's probably fine there. Nope, don't need a busted case. Shucks. Okay. Kind of hoping you had a TIG welder, but whatever. Well, if you know somebody with a case or with a welder, just let me know because you're local and we could help out somebody local. There, what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it right in the parts box from Husky. If it, no, it's not gonna fit in here. Hang on, I'll get it figured. Jonathan, how about $30 ship? Sound good? All right. Just shoot me your info again, just so I have it. Email me or whatever. I've got it. This is bubble wrapped like crazy. Should be fine. All right, that's good for that. What's next? What were we gonna do tonight? I think that was it. Jason, Jason Scott, are you still here? Beer Ghost, do those tools work on an MS 180? On a 180, I don't think you need the tools. It's clamshell, right? Jason's here. Um, Talk to me about the 359 that you have. You want to work out a little trade? I mean, I got a whole pile of parts here that you need, and if you got a 359 that needs work, what say you? Yeah, 180 clamshell. I don't think because the idea of the crank, the tools is that you put the bearings in the case halves and then you pull the crank through the bearings to pull the case halves together. With a clamshell, all you have to do is heat the bearings up and drop them onto the crank and then put the whole clamshell together. Ooh, Jason's thinking about it. I can tell the gears are grinding there. He's thinking about the trade. Dig it out and shed, see what all is there, and send you. Yes, send me the info and we'll talk. I know that I got a whole pile of parts that you need, and Jason, here's the thing. Uh, Bob has. I'll put it to you like this. Bob is talking about sending me a couple of 288s, which means um, which means I may need those 288 parts. If you want them, then let's do a deal. If not, I may hold on to them to take care of Bob's 288s, at least for the time being, and see what I have after. It's still not as expensive as guard. Yeah. There are plenty of really expensive hobbies. Yeah, so if it needs a cylinder, it needs to be split. It's really the way that I look at things. If it needs a head, then you might, because these are so easy to split, you might as well split them and just slap new bearings in. New bearing seals and gaskets is just not a big deal, you know. Hey Matt, can you turn a Husky 365 into 372? Yeah, put a 372 head on it. That's simple. Neighbor just drilled 1200 on annuals. Why? My nerves with my pain meds. Take care, Larry. Feel better, man. Let me know when you're gonna get out. Okay, we're pulling for you. Yeah, Brandon. Just put a 372 head on there. But if you're working on 36, remember these saws are like 20 years old. It's time for new bearings and seals. You know. You have the OEM top end. Might be able to clean it up. Maybe. But the thing is, like the 359 top end, you can see how much time I just put into that. No, it would have been here like nearly an hour. Just should be next Friday. Nice. Um, you know, you put that much time into a head, and you're just like, ugh, is it worth it for a maybe? Yeah. Sometimes it's better just to get fresh. Oh, Keith Clark is here. Hey, Keith. And Jade's here. Hey, Jade. Okay, go get your ice cream. If they serve ice cream in the hospital, hopefully. I need a soda. Hang on a second. I just killing me over here. Yeah, the high, but again, on this saw, this is such a nice saw. I like the OEM tops. Hmm, that's better. Oh god. Okay. I For the extra money that it is for an OEM top, it's definitely worth it, especially in resale value. That's how I feel about it. Brett, I don't know, man. Matt, you want to email me your info, and Brett, you can email me as well. Echo, thanks for the good word. Better yet, Dr. Pepper. You have, I have 428, so I might have the parts you need for the you're doing. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Oh man, I've not had one of these in weeks. Oof. Echo is Scott Fletcher. Hey, Scott. That's good. What happened to Larry? The answer is I don't know, but he's in the hospital. I'll let him explain. Um, Actually, you know what? If Matt is here, Matt or Brett, I can make you moderator for a second, and then post your email, and then as long as you get it, you can email each other. Might be a lot of trading back and forth. That's why we use flat rate boxes. Priority bail, flat rate boxes. Cherry wine and their area, cherry cola, Dr. Pepper's. I don't think so. Okay. So E6 Fletch. Got it. If Matt and Brett, you want to email me and we can exchange info, it's no big deal. There's my email address. The saw you bought is a T345, $20 in three pieces. Make sure you keep it in three pieces, and it'll just fit in the garbage easier. I'm sorry, Jason. I really am. It's just you got to get stuff that I've been working on, so then I can actually help you. Yeah, I've had Mr. Pibb, but that's down in Texas. We're terrible. I know because we've been doing it tons of times, right? Actually, Jason, I have a bunch of 540 part saws sitting around that nobody seems to want. So if you end up with 540 stuff, then I've got 540 part saws. I've got like three carcasses up in the shed there, I think. I really don't feel like working on them, but if somebody wants to, has use for that, they can let me know. Brandon, I have to dig it out. I don't know. I think there's like three carcasses, but I'd say like $200 for the box plus shipping. It's a good sized box. It's about yay big of like 540 parts. I don't know like what works and what doesn't. It's a pile of randomness for sure. But I'm sure it's worth it. It's a pile of randomness, and it's not something that I want to screw with. You know. I find it. Matt, yeah, email me, Jonathan, and we'll get together on that one package. Thanks for hanging around, guys. We got 28 people here. That's great. Um, I don't know what else to say or what else is going on tonight. I don't have anything else. I do want to get this 359 buttoned up, but it's going to be a little bit. I'm still waiting on crank tools. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bit for that. I got some randomness here, but just randomness. It's not sets. I need sets, and I don't have them right now. So we will get them. Not a big deal. Don't worry about it. But anybody that wants crank tools, please shoot me an email. The email is in the live feed here. If anybody wants to support the channel, the best way to do it is to click on the link James just posted. It's in the live channel. What other randomness do I want to get rid of? Not much right now. I've already committed some 288 stuff to go back and forth to Jason and or possibly Bandmail Bob. I've got some stuff here that I think I'm going to send to Brian up in Vermont. My brain is losing it. There's really not a whole lot of other stuff around here right now that I don't want to hang on to, you know. So Will's watching again. Will, if you find somebody that TIGs around here, let me know. I know you're real close. If you could find a TIG welder in this area that would actually do a crankcase, that'd be great. But it's about finding somebody to weld magnesium. It's not easy to do magnesium. Waiting to sell some saws on Sunday. 362 XP kit saw. Had for a year. You're playing cider spot. Yeah, okay, Patrick, that's fine. I'm not insulted. All right, I'm gonna go. It's gonna be time to get into bed here. It's been a day. So nice weekend coming up. If I have anything else to show you guys, I will do so. I don't really have any milling to do. I did a little bit the other day, but there's nothing appreciable that's really going on. Not much going on with the fence outside. I hope cherries are coming. We had close to a frost, if not a frost, last night, but it looked like a lot of the cherries came through it, so they'll be fine. I just don't know if we're going to have frost in the next couple of nights, and that'll really wreck us. But if we don't have too bad of a frost, the cherries will pull through, and we'll have a lot of cherries this year. So, very cool. Yeah, if he can do magnesium, it's a special thing to weld magnesium, Will. So if you can do it, it's great, and it makes everybody's life a whole lot better. Yeah, Scott, I'm looking forward to packing up your tools here too. I have your thing right here. Just let me know. You're first on the list here to get crank tools as soon as I get them in, man. So Pate's chat tomorrow 8 a.m. Okay, everybody have a great night. Thanks so much. And if anybody wants to email me, they can email me. And don't forget to click on that link. Anybody that clicks on that link to HL Supply, it tracks you for a month, and I get credit for anything that you buy. So no pressure at all. It costs you nothing. Have a great night, guys. Do appreciate it. Take care and be safe and be healthy, everybody.